We got a breaking update for you guys. It is Saturday, August 8th, 2026. The Senate is now officially out for recess. They're going to go play around for a little bit, come back in September, and they will be coming back to vote on the Clarity Act. That's right, folks. We got the scoop over the last night while we were sleeping. Leader Thune filed cloture on the motion to proceed on the Clarity Act, and it will be voted on by the Senate after they return at 2:15 p.m. on Tuesday, September 15th, as agreed to by the Senate this morning. So mark your calendars. September 15th, they're coming back, and they're coming to vote on cloture, which is to end debate. Not to vote on the bill, to vote to end the debate on the bill, to then vote on the bill. I'm just as frustrated as you are. And here's the good news, is that we were already positioned for this. We were already positioned for the Clarity Act not to pass. And we've been talking about how that could bring in a sweeping low back towards $1, maybe below $1. That's exactly what happened over the past 24 hours. Some of you guys probably already got your buy orders filled at 101. And this market's already starting to get a little bit of a glimmer of hope, just knowing that the Senate has to come back in September, and they are going to be voting on the Clarity Act. Here's the process before we get too excited, though, right? They come back, they'll vote on cloture, which is ending debate. Once we end debate, then we go for the floor vote, and we go on the record. Do you support the bill? Yes or no? There's a small window to get that done in September, so hopefully, right, this is a very good sign that they filed the motion for cloture vote, because it's a step forward, right? We want to be taking steps forward, not steps backwards or stalling out dead, right? And so we didn't get the vote on Clarity Act before we went off for recess. That's a bummer. We're disgusted with everybody in DC. Don't waste your time telling me you're a D, you're an R. Your performance is pathetic. Your representation of the American people, you should be ashamed of yourself. Forget about it. But when you do come back, we're getting your butt on the record. And we have to get everybody on the record, D's and R's alike, because we're going to get them the hell out of here. If they don't stand for a level playing field for digital asset regulations and making America the crypto capital of the world, or at least trying to, you have no place representing the American people. This is bipartisan. This is not about party politics. It only has become that because of the actors that are supposed to be representing us. So we'll be watching this between now and then. Can crypto build back up the momentum? And maybe the bottom was truly in, right? Or are some of the macro things taking place gonna break us down while we wait for that Clarity Act vote to come in September? But good news, very happy to report this. This happened last night in the middle of the night. But they are coming back in September, and they're going to vote to end debate on Clarity. And then that's the step that takes us to voting on Clarity. Then they have to reconcile it with the House version that was passed, right? We got two chambers of Congress. Senate passes their version, reconcile it with the House. Then we send it to President Trump for signing. Can it get done before midterms? There's absolutely a possibility. I'm telling you, there's a chance. But we've been positioned for this, for the pullbacks, everything. And I think it's why you're starting to see the open interest on XRP. We just got a massive increase. And what this means is that people are now taking bets. They're going long XRP again. That's what's happening right here. Open interest means leverage bets on XRP have increased. And Crypto Insight UK, he posted this just a few hours ago. So in the middle of the night, after this news hit, the market already starts to move. Now, Blockchain Backer, he points out, and he's kind of been saying in his analysis, from my understanding, I haven't watched one of his videos in a while, but shout out BCB. In 2022, when the monthly MACD crossed through zero, FTX collapsed and Bitcoin hit 10.6 million coins in a loss. In 2026, when the monthly MACD crossed through zero, Strategy, STRC, right? They depegged. Strategy sold, and Bitcoin hit 10.8 million coins in a loss. Now, in 2022, that was the bottom of the total crypto market. So we just got another bottom signal. And I've pointed out to you guys already during the 2022 bear market. And, as we look to see what's going to happen this time around, please understand that XRP bottomed out in June of 2022. And it did come back down into the 32 cent range a few times later that year, but it never went down below 30 cents again. That 28 cent low in June of 2022, that was our bear market bottom. And then it took until November for Bitcoin to bottom out. And as BC Backer's pointing out right here, the MACD cross that we just hit was another sign. And the amount of coins being held at a loss, we just surpassed the amount of coins being held at a loss in 2022. So it begs the question, how much worse can it get? And I think that it's very clear, this DC drama, the banks fighting this till the very last hour, all the world's a stage. We just kind of let this thing play out. We let our buy orders get filled. Is it the bottom? Who's right? Who's the best influencer? Who has the best TA? Come on. Right? Did you pick up your bag of XRP at $1.10 or $1 or 90 cents? Right? That's the window that we're in right now. If we take a look here at the XRP price chart, you can see I'm going to zoom in a little bit tighter for you guys right here. We came back down yesterday, 2 days ago. Thursday, we came back down to 101. And then again, yesterday, Friday, when the Clarity Act, we got the word that the Clarity Act vote wasn't going to, the cloture motion wasn't going to come in. That's when it dropped off. See, it was a fake out because we ended up getting John Thune filing for the cloture vote. But when the news spread in the middle of the night, Thursday heading into Friday morning, that news hit, and that's what brought XRP back down to 101 one last time. Now, when we got the jobs report yesterday morning, the jobs report was bad, which means the Fed's not going to raise rates, or at least that's the market expectation, and so we pumped back up. Don't call it a pump. Okay, we moved back up. People are very particular about the terms we use. I don't want to offend anybody. Don't you dare call it a pump. Don't you dare call it a bull run yet. Don't worry. What we're trying to just show you guys, though, is this was a fake out, right? No cloture motion filed. It comes back down to 101. Bad jobs report comes in, and then the cloture vote gets filed last night by John Thune, and then it pushes up even further. Now, is this enough to get excited? We went from 101 to 104. No, I'm not excited. I'm trying to tell you guys to, give you some hopium this morning and to, come on, right? But what we're looking at is the broader setup, the broader fake out, which is get everybody out while the institutions get ready. And Hunter Horsley, the CEO of Bitwise, I think he frames this up perfectly on how we should represent this going forward. DeFi kind of is a dirty word, right? It's a dirty term. And the way that people have looked at crypto. DeFi, people kind of think of trouble. They think of risky. And Hunter Horsley says, DeFi is called on-chain finance now. I don't make the rules. Now, I like this. I like the on-chain finance, right? We want to make folks, whether it's the suits that are selling it with slideshow presentations, we want them comfortable. And we want the people on the other side of the desk that are being sold the XRP ETF to understand XRP, to understand the on-chain finance. Some of us would call it XRP DeFi, but we got to read the room, depending on who we're talking to. Right? We got to use terms that the suits like, right? Let's make everybody comfy here. And the on-chain finance that is coming to the XRP ledger is about to explode. Francis Bovine Swift, he shares his thoughts on the new XRP upgrade. This is XRP Ledger 3.3. My first impression of this version is simply wow. Batch will fundamentally change how transactions are crafted. A transaction becomes a function of business, not just a payment. Sponsor will enable companies to pre-create wallets, funding only those that are used. New business opportunities abound. Confidential transfers lets users transact among themselves with some privacy. It's almost like cash. Dynamic multipurpose tokens offer a blank template that allows creators to innovate on the attributes their token will represent. Bundled with zero knowledge, this becomes a powerful tool for privacy. And there is the vault and lending from the previous update. Combine these features and we have a new canvas that allows inspired creators to innovate and express a new generation of financial products that run on a solid and proven blockchain. Good times ahead. With that lending protocol, this creates that on-chain economy, on-chain finance, right? The crypto term is DeFi, but depending on who we're talking to, I like the term on-chain finance better. It's nice. It presents well. But more so than just a nice presentation, we need to see the data. We need to see the activity on-chain, and I think it's about to explode. I think that it's absolutely about to explode on the XRP ledger, and most people in crypto are not paying attention. Now, Vet just sent the signal on batch, which is one of the amendments. He says he's voting yes on the batch amendment. He says it went through extensive AI and internal reviews, expanded test cases, and adversarial testing with an attackathon. In addition, it's one of the most anticipated features among projects and institutions on the XRP ledger, enabling various use cases from OTC trading to trustless peer-to-peer swaps of assets like NFTs and tokens and monetization of services. This will allow our builders, I've used this analogy, I think it explains it well. Our builders were showing up to the job site and all we could hand them was the hammer to go pound that nail in. And effectively on the XRP ledger, what we were doing was fast, cheap, and efficient payments, and that was the hammer. And we could hammer away all day, every day. We've done it for 14 years since the XRP ledger got started in 2012, and we've been hammering our nail in, and it's been one of the most efficient, one of the cheapest, and fastest ledgers this entire time. We've had a great hammer to give our, not just our builders, but really anybody using the XRP ledger. But when the builders wanted to build other stuff, they couldn't. Now our builders get a full tool belt. They're not just showing up for swinging a hammer. You have the full tool belt. We park the enclosed trailer, and we have all of the tools, right? That's what's coming to the XRP ledger with this. It enables on-chain finance for me and you, retail Joe Blow, but also sets it up for institutional investors, and that's the setup. Now, I joke about us being Joe Blows in retail. The nice thing, though, is we have a platform that treats us like an institutional investor, and that would be my sponsor, iTrust Capital. If you guys already haven't checked them out, you definitely should take a look. If you're looking for a great platform to get your retirement funds into digital assets, they have you covered. You can roll over that 401k into a traditional or Roth IRA with iTrust Capital. They have two other accounts, too, the premium custody account and then the business treasury account. So if you have a plumbing company and you want to start holding XRP on your balance sheet, you can set up a treasury account with them to hold your assets, your precious metals too, and actually your stocks and ETFs now in free institutional grade custody, US-based customer support. And when you use my link down below and get your account funded with $1,000 US or $1,000 worth of crypto, you will get that $100 funding bonus. And for me, with all the issues with the wallets, with all the other issues with exchanges, it's just nice. It really is. I'm watching all this go down, and it's like, man, we're not having to deal with that stuff at all. AUM fees, negative. Not having to pay any AUM fees. So I would encourage you guys to get your orders in, get your platform set up, whether you're going to use some of our resources linked up down below or you got your own. Get your orders set up. Have a few options. Liquidity is getting tight. The order book's getting thin down here. So I got my buy orders in. I'm about to go hop on my Discord weekly call and talk about the other coins that I'm looking at picking up right now, the other orders that I'm looking at placing, and the way that I'm trying to finish off this bear market. I'm just embracing the moment for what it is. Am I happy that we're here? No, not really. But is it an opportunity to stuff those bags a little bit more full? Absolutely, and that's what we're going to try to do. So keep showing up, keep working, keep stacking. We are fundamental investors. We're not playing around out here like a lot of these guys. So get tapped in with us if that sounds good to you. I got another video for you right here. I got the subscribe button for you right there. If you want to join us in the Discord, sign up through Patreon. It's all at my website, ZachRector.com. Patreon membership gets you access to Discord. We would love to have you in the family. And on the way out, if you appreciate our content, could you absolutely smack it for me? Thank you, and God bless.